Hey guys, it's Coulter. I'm here at the Kemp's home in Idaho Falls, and we just put together a drain repipe job that we'll be doing. So starting out here where the sewer line exits the home and goes outside, what we found was some concerns on the interior plumbing that they want addressed. And so specifically what we'll be targeting is there's just a little extra drain coming in here that was installed later in the home. Don't really necessarily have to worry about anything going up there. We'll just retie into this. That being said, we are going to redo the connections here coming into the main sewer line at this Y due to some concerns about how it was previously installed. And so we'll be taking those out. As you can see, there's a portion right here of ABS that was once replaced back to this cast iron. We'll be starting here on these connections, replacing them all the way back through here. What this is about a 10-foot stretch all the way back to this section in the home where you can see the main drain coming this way. This is connected to a laundry machine here that I'll show you. And that replacement will come back here through the cabinets up to where these two Ys reconnect. From here, going up the main drain, we'll be replacing this too. To get rid of the current holes that we found in the system after inspecting it a little bit. What it does is we have one bathroom located right here above us, and that is more of the targeted area that they are concerned about right now. So what happens is it goes back up to the bottom of the mid-level floor in the home. We will be replacing as far back as what is accessible here in the crawl space, because as you can tell, as it gets to that vent piping, things get very, very tight. I went over that with them, and right now, this is the portion that is breaking open, leaking all the above. We simply want it replaced to the toilet right above us here, and this bathroom, and then as far back to about where my finger goes at that vent pipe connection right there is what they're hoping for. What that's going to do is get rid of all the targeted areas that they're concerned about, and with the option they chose. So we will be taking out, replacing all that. As you can tell already, here's where things get a little bit more interesting. I'm going to talk this over with John and yourselves, who are very smart individuals, about how you'd like to go about this. This 2-inch line is to the laundry machine. Well, laundry and kitchen, excuse me. So what happens is it goes back here, kind of makes its way behind these shelving racks they have. It actually goes behind the furnace. So right here is a little bit further back view of how it connects. It goes behind these shelves, which is still accessible when we pull them out, but then the furnace makes it a tad bit tricky. It goes back here. There's part of the connection from the laundry machine or the washing machine that you can see. And then through there, I don't know if there's too much I can show you. So instead of taking apart the whole entire furnace and everything attached, what it does is this right here is hooked up to the kitchen and then a dishwasher drain that comes very high and easily accessible and exposed. We don't necessarily have to change anything out from this since it is functioning perfect and already been updated for them. Here is where things get a little bit trickier. What happens when the water softener and washing machine drain is it goes into this connection here in the cement wall. That cuts out just on the other side of this wall, hiding behind the water heater here, right there, as you can see. Then it goes over and makes a turn behind this old chimney, right through there that you can see, and runs its way behind. So a couple different thoughts, if capable. It does look like we have accessibility behind the furnace if we're able to kind of work from each side and push piping through, which is a good note. That being said, let's see if I can get you a little bit better picture right here. There you go. You can see how those connections all tie together right there. With this repipe and some of the room that we have accessible to come back through this venting or rerouting it, we either have two options. We can find a way to repipe the laundry and water softener drain a little bit higher to where the washing machine and softener are capable to drain into, whether that be higher over here in this location, and then we wrap it around this area to go through and have a separate drain for the kitchen and laundry all the way through. They did mention this to them, and they are okay if we had to chisel or shave off any of this portion of concrete to do that reroute. Whatever is going to be capable to get our hands in there and our bodies in there to make that happen. But either that, or if that is not possible at all, I did talk it over with them that we can repipe to this section here at the wall, and then through whatever accessibility we can find to catch that on this back side here, whether that is chiseling open a little bit to get ourselves back there, and then be able to just redo the portion kind of behind, which thankfully is a lot more accessible here on this right side once this shelf is removed. So that's where things get a little bit tricky. Whatever I can do to help answer questions, I'd be happy to. But as of right now, the expectation is that we'll replace as much as possibly can that is accessible, and whether that is rerouting around this corner, if need be, that's totally okay. If that can be raised enough from the washing machine and water softener for its drain to be able to catch grade over to where the main sewer stack is. Thankfully, with how much grade that there is to work with, that looks like it's a capability, but whatever is going to work best for you guys. So I'm going to talk to John a little bit further, get a plan en route, and then whatever is accessible and possible we'll work with. But yeah, other than that, if there's any questions, we don't have to make any incisions upstairs or anything like that. Specifically just what is in the basement and crawl space here, going back to that connection that I pointed out earlier, all the way through these shelves, which might be a little bit trickier, and then to the access point there. I'm going to talk to him about all of these fragile items they have on these shelves, let them know that we either need them moved or will be moving them if need be in installation. And so I'll let them know that too. But if there's any other further questions, let me know and I'd be happy to help. Thanks, guys.